Yeah, Vidyamati, whenever you're ready, you can start, Mati.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Shiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamuridaye Nasta Preshu Abhareshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naisteki. Today we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 9. Prahalad pacifies Lord Narasimhadev with praise. Text 23 to 33. Text 23. My dear Lord, people in general want to be elevated to the higher planetary systems for a long duration of life, opulence, and enjoyment. But I have seen all of these through the activities of my father. When my father was angry and he laughed sarcastically at the demigods, they were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movements of his eyebrows. Yet, my father, who was so powerful, has now been vanquished by you within a moment. Text 24. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. Text 25. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is the water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know very well, but nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. Text 26. O my Lord, O Supreme, because I was born in a family full of the hellish material qualities of passion and ignorance, what is my position? And what is to be said of your causeless mercy, which was never offered even to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi? You never put your lotus hand upon their heads, but you have put it upon mine. Text 27. Unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies, the favorable and the unfavorable, because for you there is no conception of higher and lower. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to the level of one's service, exactly as a desired tree delivers fruits according to one's desires, and makes no distinction between the lower and the higher. Text 28. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narada Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave this service? Text 29. My Lord, O unlimited reservoir of transcendental qualities, you have killed my father Hiranyakashipu and saved me from his sword. He had said very angrily, Is there any supreme controller other than me? Let him save you. I shall now sever your head from your body. Therefore, I think that both in saving me and in killing him, you have acted just to prove true to the words of your devotee. There is no other cause. Text 30. My dear Lord, you alone manifest yourself as the entire as the entire cosmic manifestation. for you existed before the creation. You exist after the annihilation, and you are the maintainer between the beginning and the end. All this is done by your external energy through actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. Therefore, whatever exists, externally and internally, is you alone. Text 31. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the entire cosmic creation is caused by you, and the cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. Although the entire cosmos is but you alone, you keep yourself aloof from it. The conception of mine and yours is certainly a type of illusion, Maya, because everything is an emanation from you and is therefore not different from you. You, indeed, the cosmic manifestation is none different from you, and the annihilation is also caused by you. This relationship between your lordship and the cosmos is illustrated by the example of the seed and the tree, or the subtle cause and the grass manifestation. Text 32. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, after the annihilation, the creative energy is kept on in you, who appear to sleep with half-closed eyes. Actually, however, you do not sleep like an ordinary human being, for you are always in a transcendental stage, beyond the creation of the material world, and you always feel transcendental bliss. As Karanodakshaya Vishnu, you thus remain in your transcendental status, not touching material objects. Although you appear to sleep, this sleeping is distinct from sleeping in ignorance. Text 33. This cosmic manifestation, the material world, is also your body. This total lump of matter is agitated by your potent energy known as Kala Shakti, and thus the three modes of material nature are manifested. You are waking from the bed of Shesha Ananta, and from your navel a small transcendental seed is generated. It is from this seed that the lotus flower of the gigantic universe is manifested, exactly as a banyan tree grows from a little seed, from a small seed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vidya Mataji, for reading the translation today. Thank you, Sunram Prabhu. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Kripamvedittamaham Prapadye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So in this section, yesterday we have seen how Prahlad Maharaj, he is being asked by Lord Brahma to glorify and also to pacify Lord Nrsimhadev. So Lord Nrsimhadev is Ugra Rupa, he is in a very fierce form, and he has killed Hiranyakashipu. At that time, even Mother Lakshmi is not stepping forward to pacify the Lord. And Brahmaji is asking Prahlad Maharaj to pacify the Lord. So, and then Prahlad Maharaj, as a servant of the servant, he takes the order of Brahmaji and he steps forward in order to pacify Lord Nrsimhadev. And he starts glorifying Nrsimhadev in a very systematic way that you can see that he's out of his humility, he's putting forward that he's unqualified. Even though he's the most qualified, the Lord actually appears just to save Prahlad Maharaj and uphold his words. So he's the reason the Lord appeared, and he's thinking himself very unqualified. So this is a sign of a great Vaishnava. We can see how he's feeling very humble, his humility. And he's also glorifying Brahmaji. Actually, Brahma's position is very elevated, and he is fully qualified representative of the Lord. So he does not consider in any way oh, Brahmaji is asking me to actually step forward. So no, so he's exactly understands everybody's position, and clearly he's stepping forward to glorify the Supreme Lord. So now here we can understand. So we can see that how Prahlad Maharaj is explaining about various points in the first 23 verses, 22 verses. Prahlad Maharaj explained about how this material world, the uh, the Lord is born in a very Asuric families, is mostly covered in ignorance, but Lord is actually very merciful. That even one does not have to be a qualified Brahmana. If one actually gets the favor of the Lord, Lord gets the mercy of the Lord, then he is very well qualified to glorify the Lord and is a recipient of the Lord's mercy. So he is giving all the justification, and then he started glorifying the Lord. Um, now, from starting from verse number 23, Prahlad Maharaj is explaining about the futile attempt of trying to achieve happiness in the material world. So he's systematically, simultaneously glorifying the Lord and also saying that how in this material world, trying to achieve this temporary happiness is actually very futile. And he's giving his example of his own father. So we'll just go through from verse number 23, see some points that Prahlad Maharaj is sharing here. So in the verse number 23, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that how, in general, people want long life and wealth, opulence, arogya, health and beauty, and all these things are desired in the material world. But he says that his father was very opulent, he's very strong bodily health. Everything was so powerful. Even the demigods were actually fearful of his father. And just by his eyebrows, he could scare the demigods. Such was his power. And then in a moment, everything was vanquished by the Supreme Lord. So Hiranyakashipu was killed. So that too is in front of his eyes. So he saw everything. Now he's saying, what is the use of all this um, powerful things, when everything can be vanquished is so temporary. So Prabhupada points out that there are many personalities in the material world. We don't have to be Prahlad Maharaj to understand this. Even we can see in the material world there are so many great, powerful kings, politicians, famous personalities, like the commander Napoleon. So he conquered the entire major part of this Earth planet, and he fought, all these ghastly wars, and at the end he had a bitter end in his life, that he realized that I'm not taking anything. I have conquered so much, but I'm not taking anything. So that is the truth. So we can see in our own contemporaries in the past, everything can be seen. So Prahlad Maharaj is also saying the same thing. So the Vaishnava can understand that nothing within this material world, not even powerful, opulent, influential people can actually endure. So then, being intelligent, what we should do, we should basically take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayami masujaha. To overcome this janma mrityu jara vyadi, we should take full shelter of the Supreme Lord. Sant Prahlad Maharaj goes on to explain that he has complete experience, that he is saying that the Ayu, Sriyam, Vibhavam, Aindriyam, Avir Chintya. So Ayu means life, long life. So and then he says mystic power, opulence, all of these material pleasures enjoyed by living entities from Lord Brahma to the ant. So he says, from the topmost planet of Brahmaloka, Lord Brahmaji, and to the smallest creature, and he's saying, everybody concerning this worldly opulent, everything is basically material, all material pleasures are um, enjoyed by living entities. But I've seen that all this is, destroyed in a moment's time in my father's experience. So Prahlad Maharaj is personally saying, I do not wish to possess them. So he's saying, Lord, if you want to give benedictions, don't give me all these benedictions. I have seen my father. I don't want all this. So a friend is saying in his prayers itself, he's saying, I do not want any of these. So, and what does he want? He's also saying what he wants. He's saying that Nija Bhritya Parshvam, he wants the association of the faithful servant of the Lord. He wants the association of the devotees. So he's asking Kala Atmana. So by the time factor, everything is destroyed. But what I want is just the association of your devotee. So that is he's saying, I do not want this. At the same time, I want the association of your pure devotees. So now Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers is glorifying the position of a devotee. Narottama Das Thakur also in his prayers, he says, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payecha Keba. So if one wants to save himself from the onslaught of material onslaught, one must become Krishna conscious and serve the Vaishnavas. So in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says that so if one has to understand Krishna, one has to understand through the devotee. Through the devotee, all of the knowledge will be revealed by serving the devotees. So that is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. And there are three things: Bhukti, Mukti, and Siddhi. Bhukti means material enjoyment, Mukti means liberation, and Siddhi means the perfection of yogic perfections, Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prapti, all these yogic perfections. Now Prahlad Maharaj is discarding all these three, and he is asking just the service of the Vaishnavas and service of the Lord. So that's pure devotional service. So he's after the pure devotional service. So Prahlad Maharaj now, even after having said this, now he's explaining about what about the happiness in the material world. What is the real position of that happiness? So he's trying to explain that in the coming verses. He's saying, Kutra Kutra Asisha Struti Sukaha Mrugastrani Rupaha. So Mrugastrani Rupaha means exactly like a mirage in the desert. The Sukhaha means the happiness that we in this material world is exactly like a mirage in the desert. The living entity basically is running after that mirage. So but he is saying, where is the water in the desert? There is no water. Where is the happiness in the material world? Question mark. There is no happiness. But everyone is running after that mirage, water in the desert. So he's basically Prahlad Maharaj is saying, he's saying that the so-called Asesha Rupa Rujam. So there are many philosophers, politicians, scientists. Everyone, they actually know the fact that there is no happiness, but still, because of their uncontrolled senses, they keep looking for happiness in the material world, and they never come to the right conclusion. So he's saying kama nalam, because of the uncontrolled senses. Analam means like the fire which is blazing fire. So kama analam, the lust which is blazing, it's like a blazing fire, is looking after madhulavaya. So madhu, like honey, drops of honey, happiness, and it is durapaya, very difficult to obtain. So the honey, which is very difficult to obtain, the so-called happiness, everybody is running after that. So Prabhupada is elaborately explaining that there is a Bengali language, there is a poem, he says, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything was now burned to ashes. This is like the Bengali poem, but it is translated to English. So we can understand that whatever we expect, it doesn't happen in the material world. So most of the times the end result is misery. So Bhavamaha Davagni Nirvapanam. So this Bhavamaha Davagni, which is the fire of uncontrolled senses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, can be easily quenched by chanting the holy name of the Lord. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. This blazing fire of uncontrolled desires can be easily kept under control so that we can increase the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So, and then Prahlad Maharaj goes on to explain that he was born in a Asuric family. So he's saying that Rajastama, mostly predominated by Tamoguna and Rajoguna. So what is my position? But Lord has given his costless mercy to Prahlad Maharaj that he placed his lotus hand on top of his head. He is saying that even Mother Lakshmi, Lord Shiva, and Mother Brahmaji, they also did not get such a favor from the Lord. So, but I am born in a Asuric family. I am so, captivated by all these people who are in Tamo and Rajoguna, but still Lord actually gave this unlimited mercy. So what is this great fortune? So indirectly he is glorifying the Lord that anyone can actually get the mercy of the Lord. So all we need is sincere attempt to take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is the message that Prahlad Maharaj is saying. And Bhagavad Gita verse, Prabhupada is quoting that Mamchayo Vyabicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevata Sagunan Samitatyaitan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So, in order to overcome the Tamo and Rajoguna, what do we have to do? All we have to do is we just have to take full shelter of the Bhakti, Supreme Lord. So, at once we can overcome, at once we can overcome the Sagunan Samitityaitan, this guna, the three modes of nature, we can transcend these three modes. So Prahlad Maharaj is also saying that, and also Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is basically meant to transcend this Rajas and Tamas, which are basically captivating Tatarajas Tamo Bhava Kamaloba Dayasya Chetayete Ranaviddam Stitam Satve Prasidati. So the Srimad Bhagavatam will take away all the qualities of Rajas and Tamas and establish the pure goodness in the hearts of devotees. So and then once the pure goodness is established, we can easily take shelter of the Supreme Lord. And Madhvacharya also is saying in his Prabhupada mentions the commentary that even the mother of the universe, Lord Lakshmi ji, she could not get mercy similar to what Prahlad Maharaj has obtained. So in other words, Lord is very favorable to devotees and he is very merciful to devotees. So and then in verse number 27, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that the quality of the Lord, which is equal, he is equally disposed to everyone. So in this case, one may think that he's being, doing favor to Prahlad and is killing his father. It's not like that. He's equally disposed to both of them. So in this case, Hiranyakashipu, is also being relieved from his curse, and Prahlad Maharaj is being protected. So Lord is equally Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. So he is equally disposed to all living entities. And Yeyata Mam Prapadyante Tam Tataiva Bhajamiyaham. And Mama Vartamanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha. So Krishna says that according to one's surrender, he basically awards for each devotee according to their desires. So if one wants to, Prabhupada always used to say, if you desire to dance with Krishna, you can actually become his eternal associate and you can dance with Krishna. So there is equal opportunity. But if you want to dance in the material world in a dance bar, Krishna will give you the opportunity. According to your desire, he'll give you opportunity like that. So basically, the essence is whatever our desires, we have to purify our desires so that we can, our desires are aligned so that we can actually connect with the Lord with a spontaneous love. So, in other words, Bhagavatam says, Akama sarva kama moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So we may not have that pure desire to serve the Lord. We may have material desires. We may have desire to liberate ourselves from this, material world. And we may have a pure devotional service in our heart, regardless of any of these three aspects. We can do Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, we can do intense Bhakti Yoga, and that will give perfection for all these three categories of people. So Yajeta Purusham Param, we can get the ultimate perfection, complete perfection. So that is the message that Prahlad Maharaj is giving, that Lord is equally disposed, but we have to purify our desires so that we desire to serve the Lord, serve the devotees. That should be our desire. And then in the verse number 28, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that because of his association with the Tamo and Rajoguna, because of born in Asuric family, he is blindly following all this people and falling in a dark well, blind well, Andakupam, which is full of snakes. But Narada Muni is actually saved. So the Narada Muni instructed Prahlad Maharaj when he was in the womb of Kayadu. So Prahlad Maharaj is very grateful that spiritual master actually saved him. So that's why we pray to spiritual master, Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Malitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So he opened my darkened eyes and fills my heart with the transcendental knowledge. So without the mercy of the spiritual master, the knowledge by the spiritual master, we would have actually followed these politicians and fallen into the blind well, which is full of snakes. So Prahlad Maharaj is also very grateful, and he is saying, how can I leave Narada Muni's service? So you can understand that how Prahlad Maharaj is very grateful to his spiritual master, and this is the etiquette of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava never desires to serve the Lord directly. He's always wanting to serve the Gopi Bharta Padakamalayur Dasu Dasanudas. So he always wants to serve the servant of the Lord. So Narottam Das Thakur also says, Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Senevas Janama Janame Hoy E Abhilash. So every life after life, I would like to serve the lotus feet of devotees, Bhakta Senevas. So, and this is the mood of a Vaishnava, and Prahlad Maharaj exhibiting that mood. And he's also saying, why did the Lord appear? The Lord appeared, he says that only to prove the words of your devotee. So when Hiranyakashipu was very angry, he said, if there is any supreme controller other than me, let him save you. And then he started hitting, he's taken his club and trying to hit the pillar. At the same time, after that, he is about to hit Prahlad Maharaj. So just to keep the words of Prahlad Maharaj, the Lord is everywhere. Lord is everywhere, and he is in the pillar also. Lord appeared from the pillar. And Prahlad Maharaj saying that, you appeared just to prove the words of your devotee. There is no other reason. So So in this verse also, his Lord is proving that Samoham Sarvabhuteshu Namedveshyasti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te tashu chapiyaham. So Krishna is equal to everyone. He is not partial. So he's protecting Prahlad Maharaj and he's killing Hiranyakashipu is all being favored. Both are favor only. So and then Prahlad Maharaj in the last 3 verses is glorifying that how the Lord is basically entering into each the Vishnu Purusha avatars and manifesting the whole creation. Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Chirodakshay Vishnu, and then he is manifesting the whole creation and maintaining the creation and annihilating the creation. So all this is being done by the Lord, and he's basically the Lord Brahma's prayers in Brahma Samhita, Ekopi Acho Rachitam Jagadanda Kotim Yachakti Jagadanda Chayadananta Andantrastu Paramanu Chayantrastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The same verse meaning Prahlad Maharaj is also explaining. And then Prahlad Maharaj is also saying about the conception of Maya. He is explaining that this entire cosmos, the Lord is pervading everything, and the Lord alone, by his different energies, is manifesting everything. And the conception of mine and yours is a illusion, he's saying. So as long as we live in this material world, we think it's mine. And after we are gone, it is somebody else's, and it is basically everything belongs to the Lord. And that is the real fact, and Prahlad Maharaj is explaining. And he's also giving this example of the seed, a small seed and the big gigantic banyan tree, the cause and the effect. So Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. So the Lord in Bhagavad Gita also is explaining. And finally, in the verse number 32 and 33, Prahlad Maharaj is explaining about how the Lord Mahavishnu, he and also the Karna Dakshay Vishnu, they rest on the bed of Ananta Sesh, and the Lord actually does the Yoga Nidra. So all that Prahlad Maharaj is glorifying. So in the Brahma Samhita also there is a verse, Yak Karanarnava Jale Bhajatisma Yoga Nidram Ananta Jagadanda Saroma Kupaha Adara Shaktim Avalamya Paramsha Murtim Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So the Lord sleeps on the causal ocean as Mahavishnu, and by his breathing, from the pores of his hair, the entire universe comes out of his bodily pores. So that Mahavishnu, Govinda, Krishna, Prahlad Maharaj also is glorifying. And in the verse number 13, Prahlad Maharaj is glorifying that Kala Shakti, the Prakriti is glorifying the Kala Shakti, and the total matter, the Pradhan, and also is saying that from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu, that Lord Brahmaji is manifesting. So he is, in other words, is manifesting the creative energy of the Lord and how the Lord is creating and the whole cosmos is manifesting. So that concludes the last verse, verse number 33. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Panchakalpatrubhishya kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
And thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.